In this video, we're going to go over the slight changes you need to make to your frontside 360s in order to start lacing any grab you want. Because right now, a bunch of your form on the frontside free is actually dead on and exactly what you should be doing. You're just making some slight mistakes on the fundamental principles that are throwing you off. First one is the transition to your toe edge here. Right now, you're coming in a little bit too wishy-washy on that edge. So here, getting onto that toe edge, you're sliding across, and then sliding to your heel edge, you're also sliding out a bit. This is not giving you a clean edge transfer that's going to let you actually lock in that edge and engage the power. If we go and look at the slow-mo view of my setup carve here, you'll see that I'm trying to hold a consistent line all the way through. And this is because it's going to help me load up onto that heel edge and stay closed off to the jump. If you go in and try to come in with these wishy-washy lines, it's going to make it so you have a lot of erratic sideways energy that's going to be really hard to control and get a powerful platform to turn off. Because right here at the point where you should be the most powerful and getting to set up, your board isn't tractioned in, and that's going to throw off your balance a little bit. So you do really good considering that, but to fix this, and this is something that you're going to really want to fix, all you need to do is start your approach a little bit different. Right now, you're coming in all the way from the right, doing a big turn here, and it's adding a lot of extra complexity that you could completely remove by just coming into the jump on this side here. If you come in all the way on the left side, that way you can just hold this edge pressure and then transition all the way through, what will give you a lot easier line than trying to go and traverse all the way across the slope. And a cleaner line is going to give you a lot more power and give you a lot more control, what's crucial for getting a grab. Other than that, your heel pressure and your wind-up position is actually really good. A small change that you can make here that will really help is just wait to go and try load up that spin into your locked into that heel edge. You're trying to go and lock into your spin as you're transitioning to your heel edge right here with that upper body, and that's leaving you a little bit disconnected, board out of whack. It's just not completely stacked and solid. Where when I'm coming in, I go my forward-facing position, keeping my board pointed towards the corner so I have room to turn out and make that nice little round shaped carve. And then as I go and shift onto that heel edge, load it up, that's when I hit neutral. And only once it's locked in do I finally finish doing the wind up carve. So you could actually wind up a little bit more here, focus on being a little bit more closed off, because this brings us into your main issue, and that is you're snapping too soon off a takeoff. See how your upper body at this stage is already in a maximum extension. If we compare that to me being completely popped off the jump, you can see that I'm pausing with my upper body rotated 45-degree angle downhill. This is because you want to not over-rotate your upper body in order to get that spin around, because the more you snap with your upper body, the more your legs are going to need to play catch-up, making it take more time to bring everything connected, slowing down when you could possibly grab. It's also limiting the amount of power you're getting off the lip. Because you're going and snapping your spin early and holding this position, you're actually only using this little bit of range of motion through your hips to generate the spin. Front frees don't take a lot of spin because you can go and lead with your upper body, finish with counter rotation, but right now, you could be riding up the jump the whole way. So imagine this position, and imagine holding that position through this whole part of a jump, and then trying to leave a takeoff in it. That's basically what you're doing because you're holding that position. As soon as you pause in this position, you lose power. Snowboarding works where the power only translates as your tail leaves off the end. So if you stop snapping with your upper body before your tail leaves off the end, you haven't snapped with your upper body. So you can do a lot smaller of a motion, a lot slower of a motion, as long as you keep that energy going until your tail snaps off the end. And if you go and do that, it's going to give you a lot more rotation. Combine that with a better edge pressure will give you a lot more pop off the jump. So getting that cleaner rotation, less effort with a cleaner pop that puts you up in the air will make it so your board naturally comes up to your hands a lot easier. What brings us into the rotation part of a spin, I actually really like this final leaving arm position, your head position, your rotation position. It all looks really good. Your only problem is that you're going and getting into it a little bit too soon. But if we compare our takeoffs here, we can see that it's pretty similar. I have my weight a little bit set over my toe edge. This is just so I can leave off a little more flat based, where you're leaving a little bit more backseat heavy, but it's very comparable, I think. So I wouldn't worry about changing this. The amount you're snapping with your upper body is really good, and your head positioning is really good. Let's zoom it in a bit more. From what I can see, it does look like your eyes are locking on the knuckle and you're holding it through the most duration of a jump. Your problem and weakness here comes right here. You go and lose that spot and start looking downhill, and that's why you're washing to your heel edge, because you're not holding your spot looking back uphill. When you get a smoother rotation, get more pop, it's not going to be as big of a deal, but still, you're going to want to keep that spot back hill. If we play my clip here, you can see that I go and look forward a little bit. Oh, I have to unlink it here. We're going to play this and just watch my head positioning, watch how I'm landing. You can see that I'm landing looking back downhill, but that's only because I completely stopped my rotational energy through the spin, and I'm grabbing melon grab. It's really hard to do the blind landing, but even then, I'm trying to keep my spot more stacked downwards instead of facing downhill. So my recommendation is focus on getting this pop, focus on the timing of the arms, and focus on holding that blind landing a little bit longer. And it should be way easier once you go and make these slight changes. So it's looking really good. Make these changes. Let me know how it goes, because I think once you go and lace these steps, it's going to make the front free feel so easy, so controllable, and you're going to be able to lace that grab. Let me know if you need any more feedback, because I'm here to help.